This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. What's up, back with another one, and today we are breaking down a clip where Gilbert Arenas gives his real thoughts on Charles Barkley and the media game and how the landscape is shifting from legacy voices to personal platforms. So let's check this clip out.
The way Charles Barkley has over and over and over called them idiots, they are being idiots. They're being exactly what you called them. They're being exactly everything you wanted them to be when you was on the other side. Do not be mad that they are being that person. Are they idiots for not putting you on? Yeah, but that part is on purpose. They're letting you know who's boss. They took your show, treat it like rap game. I want this person so I don't have to battle with this person. You was in front of them. Now your ass is behind them because they're putting you on less. It's just as easy as that, right? They have the younger crew. They have the younger talent for the most part. Right now it's football season, so I don't know what they're going to do during basketball season, but benching you was necessary for their growth moving forward, right? The problem is with the older generation, they don't have a safety net for their content themselves and for their takes to stay relevant in this dog-eat-dog world, in this landscape of what's going on. And that's why you have the Skip Bayless, who has his own channel, his own platform. Stephen A. Smith realized a couple of years ago. You see Shannon Sharpe. Now, if Shannon Sharpe didn't have his two platforms, mostly nightcap, to talk his sports, he would have been out of the picture.
If you don't own your voice, someone else controls it, and that is the scary part. It makes you think about how fast relevance can fade if you do not adapt.
Right? Just like some of those other people, when they cut all those employees and all those players all those people lost their jobs, those big names, they didn't have no some platform to catch them. And that was the problem. And that's going to happen to Charles Barkley because he don't have a platform. Shaq could be fine. Mm-hmm. Shaq could be fine. Because he has podcasts, he has his social media, so he can do whatever he wants. For someone who only relied on ESPN, if they don't put him on this year, he's only going to be viral when he says something negative about what's going on other people's podcasts. Other people's podcasts. Well, not his own, because he is part of the old ways of doing things. And if you haven't smartened up, create your own safety net. So when some of these establishments decide they want to move on or move in a different direction, you can barbecue their ass with your own platform. It's entertainment, man. The reason we love Inside the NBA, I love Inside the NBA, right? Entertainment, right? Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny, they're entertaining, right? The best cast that I love watching on big platforms was them. And then we have Stephen A. Smith mixed with Michael Irving, Cam, and RC. Those four right there, that's entertainment for me.
Gilbert Arenas is saying that Charles Barkley is experiencing the reality of a media world that has changed and no longer protects legacy voices simply because of their past success. He argues that when Barkley criticizes executives or networks for sidelining him, he is ignoring the fact that this is the same system he once benefited from and even reinforced. Arenas explains that the decision to limit Barkley is deliberate because networks are prioritizing younger talent and future growth rather than established stars. In this environment, being pushed back is not disrespect but strategy. The larger message is about ownership and independence in modern media. Arenas points out that many prominent commentators survived layoffs and shifts because they built personal platforms that allowed them to control their voice and content. Without that safety net, a personality becomes dependent on corporate decisions.